Coming up on this edition of City Beat, police officers trade their badges for football cleats. We'll tell you why. Plus, we'll show you one of Provo's strongest residents. And later, the Provo City Library brings to life the magic of books. It all starts now on City Beat. Hi, I'm Amanda Rollins, and this is City Beat, the show that gives you an inside look at Provo City. Fire trucks, ambulances, and police officers swarmed Timpview High School. No, it wasn't an emergency, it was a safety fair. Families got to meet with SWAT teams, K-9 units, and more to see how Provo keeps its residents safe.
We're having a public safety fair, 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock. It's all to support Shop with a Cop. And Shop with a Cop is a program that basically we pick up the kids, we take them for a ride in our police vehicle, lights and siren. We take them to a location in Spanish Fork where they get to go through and see some lights, and take them to breakfast. And then we take them to Kmart where they're given a gift certificate for $100 and they can buy Christmas and presents and things for their family.
You know, it's a wonderful thing where we can get out and talk to the public, and they can kind of see us, and we can explain what some of, you know, kind of what we do, and then what this equipment is used for. And it's like, again, it's just a wonderful opportunity for us to be out in the neighborhood and talking with folks.
It just gives the public an opportunity to come and see what kind of resources are available to them. This gives people a chance to come up and see that the police and deputies and fire personnel, they're just everyday ordinary people like everyone else is.
After the safety fair, the Provo police officers put on their game faces and took on the Utah County Sheriff's deputies to a game of flag football.
We're going to have Life Flight fly-in Cosmo from BYU who's going to deliver a game ball, and we're going to play a flag football game between Provo Police Department and the Sheriff's Department.
Well, it's the 9th annual Pig Bowl. They named it that. The Utah County Sheriffs and Provo Police play every year a game for charity that they have here at Timpview, and it's already 9 years old, and they got me involved this year for the first time. So might be an annual event. We'll see. But I know that they timed it pretty well with BYU on a bye week this week. This week, so I was actually free to do something like this, and so hopefully it'll work out in the future.
The Provo police won the game 22-0, but more importantly, both teams helped raise $2,100 for the Shop with a Cop charity. Hundreds gathered at Timpview High School this Veterans Day to honor those who fought to protect our freedoms. People came and paid tribute to the brave servicemen and women who have fought and are fighting for our country.
Today we honor veterans who led this country to freedom. And we are so grateful for their sacrifice. And I thank you for your service and your dedication and truly your commitment to the American way of life.
I believe strongly that a measure of a community is how well we honor those whose shoulders we stand on, how well we honor those who have given us this beautiful, fabulous country, county, and city that we have to live in.
To you who put yourselves in harm's way, who protected the innocent and the weak, who left cherished loved ones behind to take up arms and defend this country, I honor and revere you today.
I look around, I see lots and lots of veterans, and I feel very much at home when I'm around veterans.
There will always be a different way we look at the world. We must always see it for the positive that we brought to light, that we care about the future of America because we love it.
What I have seen today is a maturing of a compassionate nation that recognizes that although there will be political disagreements, we all need to support and thank those who have chosen to serve our country.
Still to come on CityBeat. Books come to life at the Provo City Library. Plus, preparing for an emergency brings people together. We'll be right back.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Come on. All right. I know, 2 seconds. Hang on, just stand still. Stand still. 1 second. Just okay, go, go, go. Nice. Boys, hang on, boys.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Kids and parents came from all around to Provo City Library to learn how reading can be fun and discover the magic of books.
This is actually our second annual Teen Book Fest here at the Provo City Library, and it's basically an event to celebrate recreational reading for young people, particularly for teens.
The library has stations set up, and there's different activities for different books.
I love to see teens interacting with authors and getting excited about reading.
I'm just really amazed at how excited that they are about reading. Getting people excited about reading and making reading a social thing is going to help people read more. I think the Provo Library is awesome for doing events like this, and I've never seen anything like this.
think everyone's having a lot of fun. I see a lot of smiling faces, and that's what's most important to us.
Visit provolibrary.com for upcoming events. Preparing for an emergency helps improve teamwork in the community. See how residents learn to work together at a recent CERT training.
Well, tonight we're running a drill for, it's a Community Emergency Response Team drill, otherwise known as CERT. And the purpose of the drill is to train community members to, in the practice of first aid and disaster triage.
This is our CERT program, Community Emergency Response Team, CERT CERT. And it's a program that it's been going in Provo for probably 12 years, I believe. And we try to do at least 2 classes a year, sometimes it's 4 classes a year. And this is an 8-week program that we spend 1 night a week for 3 hours with participants in the community who come and learn light search and rescue, triage, fire suppression. They learn the incident command system, which is something that we use in the city, and it's something that the federal government uses as a standard across the nation with an organization for a response effort. So though all those classes combined have reached the end drill, the exercise part of that, where they get to use the skills that they've learned through those 8 weeks of training and put them to use here. We have about 50 volunteer victims. Some of them have makeup. You may see some of those tonight. Broken arms, cuts, scrapes, dementia, some confusion. Those are kind of injuries that they face, but that will give them the opportunity to find them in this building and to triage them accurately and to treat them.
Well, they're trying to make this as realistic as possible for the experience. I think it kind of helps the people who are going through the training to get more into what they're doing and what they might experience there.
A building like this affords the opportunity to train. It's still a drill, but it looks more real world because it's a rundown building. There's wires and broken out windows, and you have the ability to mark the walls the way we teach them, and there's a lot less cleanup at the end. So it adds to the realism of the event.
They pass out little slips. I'm 50 years old and I'm found curled up under a table with abrasions on the neck. I don't know, maybe a strangler came through, and sprained ankle.
We have 100 firemen in our city. We have 120,000 citizens. There's a large gap there. So the more people we get trained in our community can help with that response. They can give us some damage assessments and give us situational awareness at the city level so that we understand what's going on and where the needs are, where to focus our needs.
This basic training gives people in the neighborhood the ability to handle some of those life-threatening injuries until more people are available, more professionals are available to come in and assist, and the hospitals open up.
There's not enough firefighters to be able to reach everybody if there's a major event, and so having communities that can take care of themselves until the emergency responders show up is an asset that helps the fire department and helps the community.
Everybody should get out and learn something. It's better to know something than nothing in an emergency. And as the power outages back east attest, things happen unexpectedly.
To learn more about the CERT program, you can visit their website at www.citizencorps.gov. Coming up next on CityBeat, we'll show you the newest play at the Covey Center. Plus, a Provo boy lifts his way to new records. Don't go away.
Thanks. You believe this guy?
Are you trying to start a wildfire?
Sorry. Pass the honey?
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We are different. Society should aspire to be more like us.
Be part of the first class. Get energized. Get outside.
Hold on, guys. It's gonna get bumpy.
And get moving. Experience the power of physical activity. Join the movement at ActionHeroAlliance.com.
Well, I first started skating with my friend. He had an extra board, and then he just gave it to me, and I've been skating ever since. Well, when I don't land a trick and I have my mind set on something, and I'm not getting what I want, I just keep going for it until I get it right. My mom, she didn't go to college, so she wants me to experience that whole thing, and so I could end up getting like a good job. I think to get into college, I'll have to be determined, just like when I want to get a new trick, and skating's helped me realize I've got what it takes.
Provo City is quickly becoming a top destination for the arts. The Covey Center is leading the way with a new play in the Black Box Theater. Check it out.
The basic story of Joyful Noise is centered around George Handel, or Friedrich Handel, and how he created Messiah. It's historically based. There's a lot of history in it, and everybody in it is based off of somebody who actually lived.
I think the audience can expect a very intimate look into these people and who they are and what motivates them to do what they do, whether it be to write music or to sing and to perform or to be dedicated to a cause, whether it be art or whether it be opposition to that art.
The great thing about theater is that in most instances, it doesn't show someone's whole life. It's just a little peek into a life, and in this case, in a really short period of time, and you don't know what happens before or after, and you just have a couple hours in the theater to get to know these people. My hardest scene to play is really enjoyable because it's so hard and deeply emotional, and it's the scene where Susanna kind of loses it and she goes a little bit crazy, and she's reliving her court trial, and all the emotions of all these years come out.
As a director, you know, really getting actors to find some of these things for themselves, how they develop their character, how they get in touch with what they want from their character and finding their objectives. I like to give them a lot of space. We do a lot of talking. For the first couple of weeks, we would have a 3-hour rehearsal and probably spend maybe an hour of that on the stage. Finding that balance between them, I think, has been the biggest thing, so that when we get on the stage, they have such an easier time, you know, seeing the stage and visualizing it and say, I know exactly where I want to go.
Every single character has their own moment where they come to get to know the Messiah and how he will personally redeem them, and I think that's a really neat concept.
Taking on a historical figure like this, I don't do research when I play a historical figure because I'm doing the play, and I'm playing a version of George Frederick Handel, not the George Frederick Handel.
I think one of my favorite scenes is when Handel kind of expresses the thesis of the play to me, when it kind of all culminates and you get this climax of opposition to his work, and it's a beautiful scene.
And you, sir, are out of tune!
In reading the script, there's an odd circle to the story, that everybody goes through a journey and somehow kind of ends up in the same place they started. I think the audience can expect to see a lot of very emotional moments.
they can expect to experience, hopefully, what I experienced the first 2 or 3 times I saw this show, which was a great deal of excitement and elation and really a thrill that there's this kind of theater that's theatrical piece. It requires the audience to use their imagination.
Such you say terrible things about the poor girl who now remote sing.
Joyful Noise in 5 words: brilliant, theatrical, fun, thrilling, moving.
The United Way of Utah County launched a new reading initiative aimed at increasing reading levels for elementary students. The United Way hopes to recruit 10,000 volunteers to read, tutor, and mentor a child.
If you are not reading at 3rd grade reading levels, on grade level, your chance of dropping out of school increases 4-fold. If you're low income and in poverty, 6 times greater chance of dropping out of school. And that should be a worry to us all.
This initiative focuses not only on our Utah Valley children, but also on the entire community who we hope will rally around our children, recognizing the importance of education as a significant building block for their futures.
We must remember that it is within the context of a relationship that learning is magnified. We need to remember that perspective is everything, that giving a child the vision of the fun and the importance of reading and learning is necessary to create the motivation they need to overcome the obstacles of learning to read.
Our hope is that they'll find the experience so rewarding that they'll talk about it and share their love of learning with others, and that this will spread like a wildfire throughout Utah County, and we will be known as a community who is interested in education, and particularly in the preparation of our children. We know that if our children fall behind early, that they will find it much more difficult to succeed later on.
Each individual volunteer brings to our community gifts, very unique gifts, and we need to be able to understand our gifts and bring them to the community.
The research is very profound that we can make a difference in our future condition here in our community.
On CityBeat, we like to highlight some of our residents and their accomplishments. Take a look at how 16-year-old Robbie Glasgow is breaking records left and right.
Robbie may seem like a typical teenager. He plays video games with his friends, likes to go to school dances, and helps around the house. But don't let that fool you. Robbie is anything but normal. Robbie is a record-breaking weightlifter.
Behind the ears! Behind the ears!
It's kind of funny to see the surprise on people's faces when they hear that I can lift like over 200 pounds over my head.
And lifting he did. Robbie went to the Utah Olympics this summer and smashed the record for his age group.
With a lift of 110 kilos, which was 121.33% of the state record from Dynamo Sports Club, Robbie Glasgow.
Robbie says he appreciates it when his family and friends come out to support him and make sure they know it too.
I'm always at the weightlifting meets, and he always makes a point of waving at me. He acknowledges that you're there, he appreciates that you're there, and then it makes it really exciting afterwards because then he can talk with you about his accomplishments.
Robbie says it's not easy trying to balance time with school, weightlifting, and friends.
It's tough. You really have to plan ahead, and you really have to schedule everything, make sure you have enough time in the day.
But with a little help from his friends and family, Robbie seems to balance his life out, as well as impress the older generation in the weightlifting world.
That Rob's, definitely definitely brings some youth to the sport. I mean, he's definitely younger, so it's good to see younger kids coming in, and even with all the sports that he's doing, I mean, it's good to kind of see him take a little bit of time out and really work on getting stronger and bring a better.
As for Robbie, his dreams are bigger than being just a representative of the sport. He wants to represent Provo and his country on the world stage at the Olympics.
It would be very nice to go to the Olympics. I feel like that would be a really great accomplishment, but I don't know. It's far off. I gotta just work hard now and see how far I can get.
And now let's take a look at some upcoming events. The New Year's Eve countdown is Saturday night, December 31st at the Provo Town Center Mall. Come celebrate the new year with games, music, and much more. Storytime begins at the Provo City Library Tuesday, January 3rd at 11 a.m. Come watch the high-energy dance group Vibe at the Covey Center from January 23rd to January 28th. Vibe has performed for the likes of Paula Abdul, Mark Ballas, and on Dancing with the Stars. As a reminder, the Municipal Council meetings will be held at the Provo School District offices during the month of January. The building is located at 280 West, 940 North. Tell us what you think about CityBeat. For questions, comments, or if you'd like to see a story on this program, call us at 801-852-7878 or email media@provo.utah.gov. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. That does it for this edition of CityBeat. Thanks for watching, and remember, this is your inside look at Provo City. I'm Amanda Rollins. See you next time.